Hey everybody, how's it going? So, yeah, we're going to play some Microsoft Flight Simulator. So, first things first, if I decide to upload this is going to be, I'll have to label this like a test episode or something because this is just really what I'm recording this for right now is more for like a test for things for my own purposes. So, it's not going to be like super formal. And I mean, I'm never formal on my channel, but there might be some lapses in me talking and stuff. But basically the reason I'm doing this is because I like books, movies, fragrances, and video games. And I haven't been doing a lot of video game content on my channel, but I play video games. And I'm like, why am I not putting that on my channel? And one of the reasons is because I've always kind of equated video games with Twitch. And I like Twitch, and I used to have like a pretty decent following on there. But then the thing with Twitch, kind of like YouTube, of course, is you have to keep up with it consistently or else you lose your entire audience. And I just can't do that. Like, I can't commit full time to doing this. So I was like, Let's Plays, I don't know the state of things. Let's Plays were big when I was younger. Like, before Twitch was a thing, we all watched Let's Plays. And I kind of like that format. I don't know if it's like no one fucking does that anymore or what, or I'm going to like try to be retro about it or whatever the hell, but I really like that. So I'm like, this might be a way for me to get some gaming in and just share it with you guys. And maybe you folks don't like this or whatever, but it's at least being on my YouTube channel, it's in a way where if you don't like this kind of stuff, then you just don't have to watch it. Whereas on my Twitch, it's like I have to. This is the only thing I can do. And it's also surprisingly easier for me to talk and narrate stuff when there's nobody watching, which is kind of antithetical to my whole point with Twitch because on Twitch, it's like if nobody watches, which is often the case, let's be honest, it's hard for me to like, I have like this sort of almost defeated mentality, which is hard for me to kind of get around. So yeah, I don't know. So anyways, we're just going to fly. I'm in Albany right now in the game. We're going to fly to Boston. It's going to be a really quick flight. I'm going to do an IFR landing, or excuse me, an ILS landing. At least I'm going to try. I'm not a big flight guy. I just really like Microsoft Flight Simulator. I've played it since 2004, so I'm really into the game. I'm not always been like, I don't have a home cockpit setup or anything. So, I'm like not the greatest, but, I always give me pointers or something. That's cool. I just do this for fun. I'm in the Airbus A320neo, which has always been my favorite. I do have I have the Thrustmaster Captain's Pack coming, which is going to be great, which comes with the side stick right here. And it also comes with the throttle and the flaps and the engine, the speed brake and everything, parking brake. But really the throttle is like the big thing because if you've flown this plane in this game before, or any flight simulator, the throttle on this plane is very important. So anyways, we're just going to take off. I'll chat a little bit. We'll fly to Boston. It's going to be a real quick flight. I'll attempt to land the plane. I'm not the best at landing, but we'll see what happens. Yeah, and I'll have I actually do have a couple other games lined up. Probably stuff most of you folks have never heard of because I like weird stuff. But Cosmo D, he's this guy who makes these games. One game he made was called Off Peak, and then I think it was Off Peak, and then he has the Norwood Suite, and then Tales from Off Peak City, and he has a new game that just came out, and they're like really weird, surrealist sort of walking simulator-esque games. People call them like jazz punk style because there's this like surreal David Lynch-esque like thing, but there's always like jazz music like works its way into them. They're weird games, but I just played Norwood Suite, and I wish that I would have streamed it because it was really fun. They're short games, and like I play them high out of my mind. Like that's the only way to really experience the games, I feel. Oh, flaps are set. Okay, well, we're just gonna take off. I can talk while I'm... Wait, what did I do? I accidentally put the land... See, I'm already fucking up because I'm not paying attention. I meant to turn the parking brake off. I don't know how to fly this plane. No, I'm just kidding. All right, let's take off. But yeah, great games. Really weird, but yeah, I wish I streamed that or done this video recording. But I'm gonna play Tales from Off Peak City, and that we'll see how that goes. So yeah, maybe this will be something fun. Maybe it'll be a failed experience. Failed experiment. But whatever it is, I have to try, right? Do. It's kind of hard to do all this stuff. That's why I really need to get this get this. I have to get the throttle and everything because it's like it's a lot of shit that you have to pay attention to. All right, so we're just climbing now out of Albany. Game still looks quite beautiful in 1080p, I must say. Which you're probably going to see this in 720p. Oops, we want to put that. I know what I'm doing. I'm just not paying attention. We want to put that in climb, so we go into auto throttle. We'll put into autopilot now. I'm actually going to turn that off, and we should be auto piloting. We're probably going to like turn around, is my guess. Get some of this shit out of here. I tend to ignore ATC for the most part when playing this kind of shit, doing these kind of flights, because they're either really annoying or they give you like incorrect information. Like I was flying to Orlando the other day, and I was like 20 miles from the runway, which is obviously you're setting up for your descent, and they were like, please expedite your climb to 33,000 feet. I'm like, no. But yeah, I normally play this game at 1440p. I'm not a graphics person, but man, this just looks so beautiful. I don't know if it'll look super beautiful on your what you see, but it's quite a nice looking game, at least for me. I've never been a big graphics person, and I've never had a PC that could really do anything high end. I just got a PC recently that can that's pretty stacked. Like I have a Ryzen 9 AMD Radeon 6800S, which again, I don't keep up with that stuff. Obviously, the way to go is to build your own PC. But I needed to replace my laptop because, well, I use my laptop mostly for work, and the screen broke, and I didn't feel like getting it repaired, and it was already pretty old, so I just decided to replace it. And I got, I don't know if those specs are like top of the line, but for me, going from what I had, it's like looking at hyperspace. You know what I mean? Like when I first booted this laptop up and played a game for the first time in ultra settings, it was like the Stargate sequence in 2001. That was me. So yeah, that's it basically. All right, so we're getting on track here, and we'll be there pretty soon. Look at the flight plan. Yeah, it's going to be a pretty quick flight. Let me go back to here. Actually put this on the ILS thing. So we'll just go up to like 5,300. I don't really like do this by the books, obviously. I'm not a fucking pilot. Yeah, so this is going to be this is a short flight. Oh, it does say to go to 11,000 there. Interesting. 160. Yeah, all right. I could be doing shit that you're not supposed to do, but whatever, right? Yeah, once you get up in the air in this thing, most of it, especially for the longer flights, it's just basically just chilling. It's very foggy out today. Which is why I thought this game would be pretty good for chilling and talking, because, obviously this flight's going to be short, but some of them are like 2 or 3 hours. I've even flown flights that are like 4 hours in this game. I have the fuel on unlimited because I don't want to have to deal with that. This game is very buggy. Like, I've done a video on this game before, basically trashing it. When it came out, it was a fucking mess, and it still kind of is in some ways. It's definitely gotten better. Like, my thing was like, none of these air level, like there's like just so many glitches. Like when the game came out, they clearly prioritized the graphics, which are very beautiful and very groundbreaking. But like the actual flying was so fucking buggy. And it was clear that the team, I think Asobo makes this, don't know what the fuck they're doing. Because every time they'd put an update out, they'd break something. And as a matter of fact, just recently I couldn't even play the game because there was a server issue. But it seems like, for me, at least for my purposes, I'm like, I just want to be able to fly the plane. Like, I want to be able to fly the plane. That's all I really want. And it seems like we're in a state now where, at least in my Airbus, I can do that. Because before, it was like, I couldn't even use the autopilot because it would crash the plane. You know what I mean? So, yeah, that's that. Anyways, we're flying. Oh, we're in the clouds now. Wow. Wow, wow. So I feel like in these kind of videos, especially like I just said with this one, because there's so much downtime, I'm just gonna like chat about random things. Probably in a more story-based game, that's not gonna be the case, but who knows? And we don't know. Like if I upload this video, it's probably gonna be just simply because the audio levels were balanced to a level that I thought was like manageable. You know, if like the game's way too loud or something, then you're not gonna see this. Or I might make it unlisted or something, who knows. And probably no one even wants to see this kind of stuff, but, you know, whatever. Man. Yeah, so let's talk about what I've been up to recently. I uploaded, I don't know if I'll upload this today, but you might see on the same day. I finally got around to reviewing the Caswell Massey soap number 6, which was really good. And you will see that video pretty soon. Really good soaps. Fragrance wise, there's nothing. I was thinking about getting that new Happy Land Studio fragrance, but I decided against it just because I don't know. Not that I love that company. I just was like, I got other things to think about right now. And I've just been working, playing guitar. I'm doing Wizard of Oz, the musical, right now, and it's going pretty well. I have a show tonight, and I have 2 shows tomorrow. I have to do we call them children's matinees, which are not really matinees. They're early in the morning. At least I think they're early in the morning. Who knows what the schedule is? But you know, they bus in like a school or something of like young kids and have them watch it. And those are always my favorite shows because the kids have terrible etiquette. You know, theater etiquette. They like yell and scream and shit during the show, which of course isn't polite, and I don't like that. But that's not my job to wrangle those kids, so it's really funny for me. All I have to do is come in and play the guitar. Wow, really beautiful, man. The clouds and everything. I have this on high settings. You can put this on ultra, but I found that high was a really good balance of, pretty good performance and looking really beautiful. I don't really need, like certain games, I'm a little bit of a stickler about performance. And I certainly prefer performance that is very consistent. And as a matter of fact, I think there's been some performance issues in this game. Like I could be wrong, but I heard that the performance of has been like nixed, kind of like, or nerfed in a way in the last update. But I don't need simulators to run at like a solid 60. It can drop down, and it's pretty much okay. But I don't want, like, I've made my peace about that. Like, be interested in playing Elden Ring on this computer. See if I can get that at least at a solid 60, because on Xbox it was like the frame rate was completely unlocked, and it was just so like disorienting to me. In a game like this where the frame rate does fluctuate, pretty consistently, but you don't really move a lot. Like, I look around my cabin, and if I even go out, I'm running at like, I don't know, 48 frames right now, 50. It's fine. There's not a lot of movement, but in a high action game, you certainly want that solid frame rate. I don't know. But then I heard the PC port has issues. I don't know if they fixed that. Who knows? But yeah. So these files are probably going to be fucking huge, is my guess, when I'm done recording these. Like, I think they're going to be 720p for the time being until I can figure out a different solution. Because I just imagine 1080p or a 1440p file of something is going to be like ridiculous. I wanted to do like half an hour long videos. So like if I'm playing a game, I'll make the video 25-30 minutes long. All right. I feel like this was a 20-minute flight, it said, but now it's feeling like it's longer. I don't know what the deal is. Is this going to be like 45 minutes or something? I thought it was going to be real short, which is why I picked a low altitude flight. I don't always understand the constraint system. Again, I'm not a pilot, but it's like, it wants me to go to 4,700, then down to 3,300, then up to 1,300. It's kind of strange. But it doesn't matter. All right, let's check in with air traffic control just for the fuck of it. Look at this view, man. Amazing. I'm actually pretty decent at landing normally with I'm using an Xbox controller. So I imagine like once I get the flight stick and the throttle and everything, landing's going to be like just no problem. I'm going to have no problems really. I don't even care what you guys are saying. There's the moon. Let's turn off the landing lights. And I like putting the no smoking. Oh, we don't need those on. Y'all can smoke if you want. I don't need. Why is there a no smoking sign? I thought like smoking is completely banned on airlines. Got those dome lights. Don't really need those, but they actually help a lot. A lot of the shit in here is inoperable, which I know that there's some new, well, not really new, but there's some modded ones like the fly-by-wire A320neo is like has way more, you know, stuff that actually works on it and is more study level, I guess you could say, than this. Although when I was using that, it wasn't working. Like it was creating more problems with all the issues in the game and all the bugs. So I just kind of gave up. Although I'm sure it probably all is working pretty smoothly now. But you know, that's the thing is like I was playing this game like a year and a half out from launch and it was still fucked up. And I'm like, nah, fuck that. I'm done with that. But then part of me came back and was like, I really want to just freaking fly this plane. So I don't know. It's been pretty okay. I haven't actually experienced any glitches whatsoever. Not to say that they don't exist, of course. But personally, I think I've lucked out recently where things have been pretty smooth. What are you saying? Oh, we're turning. Yeah, okay. All right. Kind of boring a little bit, but, you know, again, thought this would be a easier kind of way to get into things. You're also going to see as I approach the airport that I basically have no fucking clue what I'm doing with my flaps. I do know that there's like these markers for when it's safe to put your flaps on, but I don't really remember what the actual rules are. I need to like look those up again and figure them out. But I just kind of do it my own way with like slowing the plane down, and it's worked. Like I haven't stalled the plane yet, so we're gonna keep doing it my way until I sit down and actually learn the proper procedure for that kind of thing. So if you're like a massive enthusiast and you're watching this, or you're like a pilot or something, I apologize in advance, but you know, it's all good. I'll land the plane. I'm pretty confident about that. Pretty confident. Oh, man. Let's take a look outside. What do we got? I do like flying around where I am, but there's definitely like I have to like I just feel like safe flying where I know, which is weird, but I need to get out. Like I've flown the Grand Canyon a couple times and it's awesome, and like the whole freaking world is in this game. Like I've flown through the over the pyramids and everything, and it's just you know what I mean? Like if you're watching this and I do end up uploading this, let me know if you've flown, like what your favorite places to fly are, because I'm definitely looking for some, you know, really pretty looking locations to fly. Like I should do some more tropical, like ocean, you know, flying over islands and stuff. I've never really flown over the ocean in this game. Get the fuck out of here. I have to turn off some of the tool. Like there's still some things on. There's some assist things on that I need to get rid of because they're honestly kind of annoying. Is there anything that should be on? Well, we can turn the ILS information on. That doesn't really matter. I don't think. I'm not going to attempt to explain to you what I'm doing like I know what I'm doing. Like, I'm not in a position to be making a tutorial on this game. So I'm just basically going to say what I'm doing, and you know what I mean? Because there's people who really know what they're doing and could explain it. I have enough knowledge to land the plane and take the plane off. I guess I'll just walk through what I'm doing, but I'm sure a lot of it is wrong, but it works, right? All right, all right. I think this is a 20-minute flight or so. So, yeah, because our decel point is right here. And then it all starts getting bunched up there. All right, we're getting there. We're getting there. Yeah, yesterday I flew to Atlanta, and I flew to Orlando. And it was a great flight, man. It's crazy when you get into autopilot and you're not really paying attention in the game. I should say, obviously, for really flying, you need to be paying attention. But you take off out of I'm taking off out of like New York, and then I don't pay attention, and it's like, oh shit, I'm already in. Like I like stepped away from my computer for a bit, and it was still going, and I came back, and I'm like, oh shit, I'm in Florida. I'm already there. It's quick, you know. It's like 2 hours. I guess that's how the Miracle of Flight works. I also saw they added some older kind of airlines in here, or airplanes rather, that would be fun to fly. I don't really know how to hand fly stuff too well, but like the bush planes are pretty easy to fly. Like that's at least cool for getting in and like just checking out the scenery, you know. Those are pretty easy to maneuver around in. I should just turn off air traffic control. I probably will end up turning off that. And the assist features, and like there's a objective thing that pops up sometimes. Like I just don't need that stuff. I just really ignore air traffic control. Good tip. Just ignore air traffic control. They don't know what they're talking about. Actually, they're a little bit helpful in this game, at least telling you about traffic, because sometimes there's some close calls. Like there's definitely been a time where I was like, oh shit, I think I'm about to hit this plane. Okay, I'm going to go down to 8,000 feet. I'm going to go to 38,000 feet, and I'm going to shut the engines off and see what happens. No. We will do that. It's kind of fun. Beautiful day here. I don't even know where we are right now, to be honest with you. Wow, wow. Look at the clouds and everything, man. Holy smokes. You know, it's beautiful to fly at sunset, too. Oh, my God. Beautiful. I don't know. It's a pretty sharp-looking game, if you ask me, man. And I don't even have it on 1440p. It's looking good. Fitchburg, Muni. I don't know where that is. Yeah, but I'm really excited to, if this whole Let's Play kind of thing works out, to play some games I've been wanting to play, or just kind of, not that I have never played. A lot of games I have played a lot, but like do some games that I've always wanted to do commentary on, you know, but like didn't feel like streaming it. So I think this would be pretty cool. Also, I really want to show you that Tales from Off-Peak City, because it sucks. I know I already said this, but I really should have streamed the Norwood Suite, because I really liked it. It was really wild. And like I said, I played it like just stoned out of my mind. And like you kind of need to be high too for that game. There's some wild, like, some shit in that game reminds me of, like, do you all remember the PlayStation game, the LSD Dream Simulator game? Like some of the scenes in that kind of remind me of that, where you like walk into a room and you're just like, what the fuck is going on in here? Weird shit like that. It was a lot of fun. And like perfectly surreal too, you know, like not trying too hard, because like everyone that you talk to, it's mostly just going around and like collecting stuff, exploring this crazy hotel, and like learning, like just listening to people's conversations. And like the conversations everyone has are like the most mundane, like run of the mill, like people are just talking about like everyday stuff, and then they're dressed like really weird, and everything that's going on around them is really fucking strange. It's like the perfect vibe. I really like it. Okay, how far do we have until this next point. I'm going to go down to 4,000 feet because I feel like it. We'll just do that now. I'm going to put one of the flaps on, even though I probably shouldn't, but I'm gonna. Yeah, like, see, there's this amber, these two amber dots or lines, and I don't know if that means it's safe to put the flaps down or what, but it always works. And then we have the green S, which I also am like, wait, does that have something to do with the flaps? These are the things that I need to, I still need to work on learning. Let's crank the fucking brightness up. But, you know, it's functional, right? It's all functioning. Okay. We got our localizer coming in. So that's good. 28 miles from Swig. What the fuck? That's glitching out. Need to be 80 here. That's the airport. All right. The fuck are you saying? Oh, I don't really have to do this. Yeah, I don't need to do that. That's a waste of fucking time. Well, hopefully this is still recording. This is probably going to be a fucking massive file. Like I was saying earlier, I was like contemplating, should I record this in 1080p? And I'm like, I feel like the file's going to be like 60 gigabytes or something, and it's going to take like a year to upload. You know what I mean? But who knows? Who the fuck knows? Okay, we're gonna put the next level of flaps on. I think that like a good rule of thumb somebody said is like start putting your flaps up at like 180 and then like 160 or something. But you know, I'm just fucking doing it my way. Like I said, you may have noticed I like to repeat myself here. I'm gonna put flaps on 3 now, which again, I know we're probably going way too fast to be doing that. But I'm straight up gonna do it. I'm actually gonna do it. Ooh, the frame rate's definitely tanking. Ooh. Yeah, it's like, it must just be like based on the geography, because like sometimes like the frame rate's like a little laggy right now, but then sometimes it's completely fine. You know? I guess it just must have to do with what's going on. But when you get to those places with like you can tell like the satellite images are coming in like out this window, and this isn't even like, you know, as graphically, that the fidelity isn't as high as it normally is for me. That just looks like straight up real, you know? This is like, video should be titled like old man gets his first like halfway decent gaming computer and experiences PC gaming for the first time. Okay, we're almost there-ish. We'll actually put that on 20. What the fuck is going on there? That's weird. We'll go down to 3,000 once we hit Swig or whatever the hell. I'll put the auto brakes on. Yeah. We'll fucking do that. I'm going to actually slow the plane down manually. I feel like we're going in too fast. That should do it. We're going to stall this puppy. I feel like in real life, obviously, flying the plane in this game is like way easier than flying a real plane, obviously. But sometimes I feel like this is like hard. It's like hard to actually like fuck this plane up. You know what I mean? Like there are so many systems in place I've noticed with this particular aircraft where they like really don't want you to fuck things up. Okay, so the glide slope's coming down. Normally I catch the localizer first, but it could be because we have to come around here. I sure did hear it, but you won't let me click it. I gotta figure out what I'm gonna title this series. Something witty. You know? Something witty. Oh shit, I did not mean to press that. Alright, we'll go down to 3,000 now. And pretty soon we'll capture both of these and we'll be good. It's really hard to land this. I will say taking off is easy, but trying to land the plane with a controller and everything is really tough because you have to do so many things at the same time. And not having the actual... the throttle is like the biggest thing for me because you have to like idle the throttle at a certain point and then you really quickly have to... you have to like pull back the reversers, like the spoilers and like all this bullshit. You have to do all this stuff at the same time, and it's super hard to do because you kind of have to like, you have to hold B to pull the throttle back, and then you have to look and make sure it went to the right detent and all this kind of stuff, where if I actually had the throttle physically, I can just do it by feel, which I will have soon. So it's going to be really fun to have all that stuff. It would be cool, too, to be able to show it on camera, but I don't know if I'll be able to do that. We're flying pretty low here. So that looks like the runway, and it seems like we're not actually lined up with it, but we'll see. We'll see. I'm trusting in the computer guidance systems. But that doesn't look like the localizer's all good, but... Are we coming in like, is there strong wind or something? I don't know. Okay, we're about to capture this glide slope here. We got that, and we got the glide slope. Flaps are on full. We'll see if the speed goes down. It probably will, yeah. This is very odd. Like, I normally don't have a problem in it. It looks like we're not lined up with the runway. Right? Like, it looks like we're definitely not fucking lined up with it. Or something weird. Did I just accidentally save a screenshot? I don't even know how I did that. Okay, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. So that's Boston. Boston. Yeah, I know. Right? I would assume that's Boston. And it's raining. I love seeing the rain clouds. Flying through the rain clouds is really cool too. Okay. Definitely going to lower the speed manually because we're still coming in too fast. Should probably going like 140 knots or something like that. What else do I need to do? I guess we'll put the landing gear down. Oh, no, that seems like something we can do now. There we go. I'll put the fucking landing gear or the landing lights on. Actually, we'll put the seatbelt lights on, but you can smoke if you want to. You got cigars or something on East River Airlines. And it's 420 is our flight number, by the way. Of course it is, right? What else would it be here? Some baseball fields. Those cars look like they're flying. But that's still cool that we can see them. We're definitely not coming in at the best angle to this. Of course, like I have like many flawless flights, like, right? Like I have many flights in this game that are just go off without a hitch. And of course, the one I decide to record, it looks like we're coming in at this runway a little off kilter, which is very odd because the glide slope is showing it's fine, but it could be due to many things I don't understand, like the wind or something, but we'll be fine. We'll be fine. Okay, we got target. What actually is that? There's the city. Pretty nice. I've been to Boston one time in my life, and it was pretty hellish, I'm not going to lie. Like, I went on a day off from work to visit one of my coworkers' friends. You know, he was like, do you want to just come to Boston with me for the day and, like, get out of town? And I'm like, yeah, sure. And the city system, like the way the streets are designed, was so fucking confusing to me. And it took us like an hour and a half to get out of there. We couldn't figure out how the fuck to get out of there. This is very fucking weird. I just feel like we're coming in at the weirdest fucking angle ever. I might have to like use the rudders a bit. Oh no. All right, that's not too bad. I can deal with that. I feel it oddly feels like we're coming in too high, but it seems like we're doing okay. All right, now this is a tricky part because I have to look down at the throttle for this part, which I really shouldn't be doing. But I have to make sure it goes in the right detent. Oh yeah, we're definitely coming in it.
60, 50, 40,
oh yeah.
30, 20, retard.
Come on. See, that's the problem I have. I can't get it to go back soon enough to the reverse spoilers. All right, that wasn't the best landing. Probably the worst landing I've had in a long time, but we landed the plane. That's fine. We landed. And that's good enough for me. I'm not going to taxi and everything now. I think we'll skip that for today, but I just wanted to do a quick flight. Let's put the parking brake on. I'm just going to like turn everything fucking off. Okay. We made it. That was pretty fun. There goes another plane. See you later. Wait, there's Boston. Yeah, too. Pretty cool, huh? I would take off again, but I don't think we have enough runway space. That's kind of crazy that the end of the runway is literally a fucking lake. But yeah. Anyways, that was that. Hopefully that this all sounds like halfway decent where I can upload it. And yeah, man, everyone have a wonderful day. If you're into this sort of thing, that's great. If you're not, no worries. If I continue doing this, like I said, they're just going to be uploaded on my channel. And if you're not into watching video games and stuff, and then it's no problem. You can stay tuned for the other stuff. But yeah, everyone have a great day.